And welcome to A Tribe Called Jess. And then there was 3, well, actually 5, but we're back in studio without all the craziness. But we are amped up.
As
and
always.
We are coming to you live from the Salisbury studios, fueled by Monster Energy. And yes, please call in because you never know what I never know what you're going to say. But you never know what I'm going to say either. I kind of messed that up. 855-77-WYLD with a Y or 855-779-953. What's up? 9533. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Just to make sure. What's the number again?
Number episode?
Number of phone to
Telephone
call
number.
in.
Oh, it is 855-779-9533.
That's what's up.
Call me, kids. Call me.
Call in.
Or grown-ups. So the tribe is all here. I have Frankie, Frank the Tank Diaz, and I have Julio July Diaz, my lifer Jeff, and Johnny Caniford making it all happen. And hi to our Facebook audience. If you're out there watching us live or on tribecalledjess.com, please remember to follow us on YouTube. Follow Tribe Called Jess, Wild Style Network, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And follow me on all my socials, Tribe Called Jess on everything, and Tribe Called Jess with the number 1 on Instagram. I love you for it. And I post lots of funny TikToks. I do Content Sunday and drive everybody crazy. So last time we sat here, it was my birthday episode. Right. And wow, what's a lot's happened in 2 weeks.
Ever.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. And I had the best birthday. But also this past, I think it was Monday or Sunday, it was officially the 1-year anniversary of Tribe Called Jess. And I can't believe a whole year has gone by. And I just want to give a big thank you to Jeff. I love you. Oh, and Jeff bought me a ring light. Just so you guys know real quick, pause on that. Tribe Called Jess will be out at First Friday in Manassas, broadcasting live outside of Zandra's. Beware, but do dare. Come over and hang out with us. We might ask you some crazy questions, or you can just join in on whatever we're talking about. Who knows?
Come through.
Come through for sure. And then the Salisbury Center will be opening Thursday through Saturday now, starting on May 2nd. May 2nd? Yes. Thursday, May 2nd.
Yes. Kicking it off with
podcast night.
Cinco de Mayo.
And so all the podcasts starting May 2nd will be broadcasting on Thursday nights, and we're going to be interactive with we'll be showing it downstairs, but also going down and being interactive with the people that are here at the Salisbury Center. So come have food, have drink, have fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
For the people that don't know, that downstairs is the bar.
Oh, well, I didn't know what I'm allowed to say.
The best part.
It'll be on in the bar in the Salisbury Center,
Yes.
the bar lobby area.
Yeah, bar lobby area, food.
The studio is upstairs.
Yes.
And Jess will be able to go downstairs and interact and ask questions and show cleavage. No flashing, ABC.
No flashing.
No flashing.
No, I wouldn't flash.
Like boob shots? What?
Censored.
Only if they
No.
Is that the type of? Is that
She
the
only
what they're
wears
showing in the bar boob
cleavage.
shot?
Nothing more.
John, did I turn off my microphone? Oh, no. Okay, there we go. So anyway, we're here. I'm excited about that, by the way. I think that's going to be super cool. We got to definitely tell people about that when we are down in Old Town Manassas. But I am excited about First Friday and all the events we have coming up here. So check out the events on getwylde.com as well as the salisburycenter.com because lots of stuff is going on here. So exciting stuff. We are growing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Great weather, great drinks.
Growing.
It's not going to be Friday.
Food.
Is Friday going to be great weather?
And
cares?
thank you
There's
to
gonna be
Miguel and
tacos.
Zandras.
Eventually.
And thank you. I did say Zandras.
Yeah, thank you to Miguel and Zandras for allowing us to set up out front and trying to drive some traffic here and there.
I can't wait to eat tacos on Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm eating at Zandras. Miguel, make me something good. It's never bad when I go there. I always have a nice time at Zandras, and I like the ambiance there. And they have the rooftop, right?
What?
Yeah, rooftop is open now.
It is?
Every day in May, starting in May.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, May. Yeah, their rooftop is super cute.
This place sounds amazing.
It's pretty vibing. Yeah, I like it. It reminds me of a mini. What's the place we went to for Millie's birthday that Scott Parker owns? Down in downtown, where we went on the rooftop and we ate the tacos.
Adams Morgan?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
Oh my God, we're bad friends. Anyway, back to Tribe Called Jess is a year old.
All the birthday shots. Yeah.
Julio had me at tacos.
The margarita pictures you guys kept ordering. Remember, I wasn't really drinking then, and I was driving you animals around and had to get you guys off a boat, and Millie from the movie theater across the
She's
street.
asking us about that day where we all were drunk.
I know. Like,
And
I don't
they
remember
were-
getting on the boat. I remember getting off.
The Uber driver is like, "Are you okay with this?" And I'm like, "Oh God, they've done it for me. I'm way worse than them."
Just because anyone's sober.
We went.
which
Oh,
is
the
for Millie's
rooftop.
birthday,
It's all funny coming back.
Yeah. Oh my God, guys. Anyway, I want to say a huge thank you to Jeff for letting us do this each and every week.
Yes.
It's so awesome. I love doing this. I used to say it's my therapy. Now it's just a passion, and I'm very passionate about it. And to grow this and the network with Jeff, so many good podcasts out there to possibly, we would love to have you at the Wild Style Network.
Definitely. And happy anniversary. You guys, I remember listening to the first episode and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah, you did. And I want to thank baby boy Scott. I don't know if he ever listens in, but we miss you, Scott. Your
better.
little energy on the show and all he did. And of course, Johnny Caniford stepping in and doing great things in the shorts. And Kevin, of course, for getting me on here and just having great conversations of wild ones.
Yeah,
But
that's
pulling
good.
me out of my shell because I was a little hesitant. There's some things I still don't want to touch, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, not those things. I like to. No, I'm kidding.
She doesn't want to touch, but she wants to shake.
She'll do anything, but she won't touch that.
I won't touch that. Taking a vow of fucking celibacy. And of course, I want to thank you, Frankie, and Julio, and I just love that we do this together. I love it even more when we're out together, and just the commitment you have.
The Domino's
to growing
tracker
our
now has
brand and our
GPS with
podcast,
delivery alerts.
and how proud you are
So
of
we don't
it. And
catch you
driving from
before you're
Gaithersburg,
ready.
I don't think people know each and every week, and your commitment to
Try
Jeff.
it next time you get
and the
any 2 or
Wild
more
Style
medium
Network,
2-topping
and I know
pizzas
it is
delivered for
very
just
appreciated.
$5.99 each.
And then, of course, our many guests, Jason, Lauren, Gabby, Millie, who am I forgetting? And
David.
I said David and
Ron.
Freddie and Ron, who show up, Megan and Megan, just,
Patterson.
that's people's time, Gurjeet as well, time out of their day. They're not getting paid to do it. And we just have a ball, and it's a lot of fun, and I appreciate it. So here's to year 2.
I know. I'm so excited.
Thanks for keeping us around, Jess.
I mean, I debate it each week when you guys piss me off on our Instagram.
I mean, I do like the attention I get when I'm wearing those jerseys.
We know.
I wish we had a recap, like how Frankie started it on the podcast to where Frankie is now,
Yeah.
like style wise.
Yeah.
Because I remember he came in his short shorts with his button up shirt, shades on.
Oh no, you did look
He
fly.
was already a diva, and he was like episode
that's
1.
Right. Those first couple episodes, you were all fly, and what happened? It all went down fucking hill.
I know. Next thing he was in pajama pants. Like,
It's exhausting, the traffic.
I know, but I appreciate it, guys. To everybody from Miami to Germany to El Salvador to Australia. Up and all the strippers up and down the East Coast that Frankie's recruited
and Australian strippers, apparently.
in Perth.
Perth.
Hey, they subscribe. Puerto Rico. I
Perfect.
talked to the one girl. She works at the steakhouse there. She's awesome. I mean, they subscribe, they listen, they give feedback. I had a girl who was a trainer, but she had been in a, what do you call that when you're intern and learning to train? And now she is, and I hadn't seen her for 6 months or so.
Yeah.
And I didn't even remember telling her I had the podcast. And she's like, "It's so good to see you. How are you loving the podcast?" And I was like, "Oh God, I love it, blah, blah." And she said, and this was last week, she goes, "I love your podcast. It helped me through my breakup. I went through a really bad breakup." And I'll tell you, as a person, I don't care if you're Kim Kardashian or little old me here in Prince William County, to hear somebody say that something that you had a part in creating helped them through something as hard as a breakup, and someone that young, she was young, that brings the most joy to my heart. Like, and you know it does,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So shout out to her. I appreciated the compliment. And transformation, baby. This season is all about transformation. We're always healing. We're always leveling up. But I'm done with the healing shit. Like, it's all about transformation and applying all that shit that I have sat and done the work, and we'll continue to do the work.
Always.
And I'm coming in hot. Frankie knows that. I'm coming in hot today for many reasons. One, I'm bound and determined to have a great year. I'm intentionally dating, which is a fucking miracle. And what else? Oh, I'm coming in hot because you pissed me off today. You, Gurjeet, well, poor Julio didn't know. Jason, all lighting me up, and we'll get to why, because it changed the whole landscape of what I created for today, and I had to go rewrite the entire show.
You're welcome.
I remember looking at the group chat, and it went from like 5 messages to like 60.
I literally had to say to them, I'm setting a friendship boundary right now. Please say nothing more. You're pushing me to be the C word, and I don't like that side of me. And they all shut up because I was like, I'm going to flip the fuck out. So anyway, yes, I had that as a note that you got me heated. So what is your experience throughout, just real quick, the last year? And what do you guys want from this year? We don't need a whole like Oscar speech, but
I think, you know what?
What's it been like for you being on Tribe Called Jess?
I love it. I love the attention. It's funny. I like that our friendship got even like tighter.
Yeah.
You know, we got to hang out more. I got to meet your friends like Jeff. He's a wonderful guy.
Look at you getting all the props, Jeff.
And I got to be able to come to find out.
I deserve it. I should be. I'm
I
just
got to find
kidding.
out that
Thank
the
you
Salisbury
guys.
Center.
You know that. You know that's not how I am.
I know you're not.
He says as he like
Real quick,
runs his
hold
fingers
on.
through his
I do
hair.
want to hear D. I was on the phone with D, and I said something before I came here, and she goes, "Oh my God, you and Jeff are like brother and sister. You can see when he knows he's pushed you right to the edge, and he's like, okay." And you can tell when you pushed him right to the edge, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's
And we
true.
were laughing our asses off on the phone. I said, hopefully tonight we won't push each other to the edge.
Yeah, so sorry, we're out here discussing trends and stuff. So I was way off on what we were going over the other day because I didn't even look at the YouTube stuff.
I hope higher.
We're way up, yeah.
Yeah. So what Jeff's referring to is I also do sponsorship for not only all of the podcasts, Wylde Style Network, but also Wylde Style Productions, which includes any events Wylde Style Productions does, as well as everything that goes up on the internet, Cagezilla, TCB Fights, all our websites, and I handle the socials as well. And so if anybody out there is looking to sponsor, I sit down and or on the phone, we talk about it. But the amount of downloads we get, I don't know, was I off on the downloads from the app?
No, the views from all the shorts and stuff.
Oh, the views are insane, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just
I wouldn't say insane, but it's way more than I thought that it was.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good.
It's excellent.
And trending like super, super high. I mean,
yay.
like
Wow.
up like more than 100%.
And I'm so proud of that, right? Like, and it's not what we did. It's what we all have pushed and done. I mean, not just us in this room, everybody, right?
Correct. Teamwork.
And teamwork makes the dream work. But if anybody is out there looking to sponsor, advertise within Wylde Style Productions, over 25,000 downloads on all our podcasts in 2023. That's pretty good. And I don't think the push was as hard till the end of 2023.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
In the last 90 days, we're up over 1,000% over the previous 90 days.
Yeah. So we are
still like almost 100,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just in the last 90 days. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's excellent.
Going the right
and
direction.
We're going the right direction. And
Almost 50 in the last,
Oh.
last how many days? Last 30 days.
yeah. I mean, I'm pushing. I love this kind of work, and I want to help grow the network. I want to go out and find podcasts to bring here that do have sponsors, but because they're just out there floating, right, on the YouTubes, and we bring them here.
Well, that was the
their
thing I was
sponsors.
mentioning.
One last thing, since I'm in business mode.
Yeah,
Business.
I'm
John
sure
wanted
they
me
wanna-
to remind you and the other shows to constantly remind people to subscribe because that's the
I
big
just
one
did
that helps.
in the
Yep.
beginning.
Yep.
Oh,
So
it's on.
as much as we can, that's the subscription thing is the biggest according to Little John.
It absolutely, I agree with Little John and anybody out there. Again, I'll reiterate, but I say it on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok every day. Please go to Wylde Style Network and subscribe. We really appreciate it. If you hit subscribe to Tribe Called Jess, it's Wylde Style Network. So it all works in conjunction. Notebook wagering, stand up and shout. Welcome to Manassas as well. again, we appreciate it. So hit me up, tribecalledjessofficial@gmail.com, or hit me up on any of my socials and we'll sit down and talk. I've been talking to a lot of people interested in sponsoring. So that's a great thing. Right, Jeff? We getting there.
Absolutely. We're getting there.
It's working.
It's working. Little by little, it happens. So
Arrow
anyway,
is pointing up.
the arrow. That's
What was
not
the
all
thing I was
that's pointing
mentioning
up.
that surprised me?
The arrow got
sorry.
Viagra.
All right, so Frankie, continue.
Oh, yeah, answering the question you asked
I
me
interrupted
about.
you. What
It's
was
fine,
it
it's
like?
fine.
No,
No,
that's
so
okay. That's important.
I remember
Interrupting
I
Frankie.
remember seeing your, the first episodes, and it was pretty cool. But then when I first came to the studio, I didn't know about this place, about the Salisbury Center.
Oh, it's incredible.
And then I come and look at the studio. I was like, oh, that's so cool. It looks so professional.
Yeah.
Because it is professional.
Oh, it's-
And then I found about the events, and I got to see some MMA, some boxing, some Muay Thai, and then the modeling contest,
The
bikini
bikini
contest
contest.
at the end. I was like, man. So I started spreading the word because it's like a fun place.
It really is, and it's such a great place for events. Like if people want to bring in events or, artists looking to
Yeah.
come here and perform, they have to do their legwork and bring in their people as well. But yeah, so
And then we did Jeff's birthday. That was fun.
Yeah,
That was when I get to meet
when you
Jeff.
ate his
When
cake.
you ruined his birthday?
When you ruined his birthday.
Surprise.
When you ruined, he's like, "Oh, go ahead, cut my cake." I'm like, "Oh."
He said, I have a cake? I was like,
Jeff didn't care. Kix was here and there were hot girls. It didn't
Yeah,
matter.
Kix was
That
awesome.
was all that
was
mattered.
great.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know what matters to Jeff. Just don't touch his women.
No, I was more worried about kicks that night.
I know you were. You were excited.
that
I like
was-
Kix.
I was
too.
like a
kid.
It was like
a kid.
17-year-old Jeff again. Yeah.
It would
was
be me
awesome.
if I saw Taylor Swift right now. If somebody out there takes pity on me and wants to get me Miami Taylor Swift tickets, thank you so much. Anyway, I take them in plane ticket and all-inclusive packages. Anyway, so what? Real quick, so we can move on.
Just to summarize it, it's just been a fun experience just to see how this place, has so much to offer.
Yeah.
And getting all the gear when Julio started saying, hey, we should get
Yeah.
some gear. Like, it's fun wearing this stuff and
It
then
is.
talk about the show.
And you
talk
guys get
about
stopped
you.
nonstop when
Oh,
we're
yeah,
in
like
DC.
today.
Every 5
today
seconds.
I was at the grocery store, and this young guy was like, yo, I love your jersey. And I turned around, I was like, it's from my podcast. Subscribe. Boom, he subscribes.
We need to get him jerseys for every single pod, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
Honestly.
agree.
And one that says Wild Style Network, like just a total, and then have little things of all the pods on it.
I'm already looking
that'd
at
I'm
covers.
working on it.
Bro, walking around with one that says,
I
bang
read-
your bookie.
Oh,
be- Bang your bookie. Oh,
And
I
I'd
want
be
to wear
like-
that one.
And when
I
I,
reiterated.
and my introduction would be like, hi, I'm Bookie.
I'm bookie. I like
Yes,
it.
it's been fun. I've loved it. I've
Yeah.
seen, it's been wonderful.
And what about you, Julio?
No, I want Domino's.
You're welcome.
let me read the note that Jessica prepared for me.
You guys are assholes.
Just take those old records off.
With that gun to my head, it's been very.
Listen to 'em by
That's been a good experience. If you had told me,
Today's music
Since
ain't
what,
got the same
June?
soul. I like that
How long
old
have you
time
been
rock
coming here for?
and roll.
Man.
hey, since May that I was going to be on a podcast, everybody here,
You never even get me
I don't mind the record.
What do you think it's done for you
10
personally?
minutes out and leave
It's
for the
made
door.
my fashion choices a lot easier. So I just get to put on the jerseys.
You guys do it
like all the time.
That happens as you get older anyway.
The Domino's
Like,
tracker
black
now
leather
has
again?
GPS
Perfect.
with delivery alerts,
I mean, we're one step
so
away
we
from
don't catch
sleeping.
you before you're ready.
Don't
I mean,
make
you're
me
right.
look up pajama pants because you know I
It's about
will.
to be.
Try it next
But
time you
it's
get
been a
any two
great
or more
experience.
medium two-topping
I
pizzas
think
delivered
it's
for just
definitely
$5.99
opened up my social circle a bit more.
Good.
I know I've been an alcohol. I mean, I've been having a lot more fun.
Alcoholic.
Yeah, but it's definitely a lot more fun, and I would just wish I could remember a little bit more so I can share more stories with everybody here.
What do you mean? A little more.
He's joking about getting drunk. all the time.
About blacking out.
I gave you a. What do you want, Jeff? What are you going to say?
No, I was just gonna say last business.
I love it.
Comment.
That's
I want
okay.
numbers.
No, I want it.
Talk more about OnlyFans.
Oh,
Yeah, we're looking that like really spiked. The funny thing is,
Just take
yeah,
those old records off.
why OnlyFans is not the cause of relationship
Listen
issues
to
is
'em
number
by
one.
myself.
But the funny thing is,
Today's
number
music
3 of all
ain't
time
got
behind
the
it
same
is,
soul.
do you wipe up or down from Lost All Radio at 7 mil?
really?
Take 'em to a distance.
Do you wipe up or down?
You never
It's not even listed anymore, and it's still top 3.
Let's talk about it real quick. Do you wipe up or down? Look, we you guys take a shit.
Like balls to back or back to
The
balls.
Domino's tracker now has GPS with delivery alerts.
From balls to back is up.
Before you're
Yeah.
ready.
Yes.
It would be unsanitary for either of the genders to
Try
wipe
it next
any
time
other
you get
way.
any 2 or more medium
women
2-topping
especially aren't
pizzas delivered
supposed
for
to
just
do it.
Absolutely
$5.99
not.
each.
Go
That's
down,
disgusting.
Well, I remember like when my daughters were born. When my daughters were born, the first thing.
Oh, the doctor.
Yeah, no, not that, the doctor. It's like the
I mean,
mother of my
I feel
kids,
like
the mother of
it's-
my kids was like, make sure when you wipe her from front to back, front
yeah,
to back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why did people actually say they do it the other way? Jeff, did people say
What?
they did it the other way?
Jessica's like baffled. Look at her face.
know,
I
Like,
want to say
what?
that Rocky said that he did down.
That's fucking
Wow.
gross.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and also,
Rock.
I think he stands up to do it.
To
wipe.
wipe.
Yeah.
To wipe. I guess it depends.
No, he doesn't stand up to shit. He stands up to wipe.
People are
That's
like,
a new one.
people are like, you wipe?
All the comments on that.
Why do we go on these paths? People said, do
Dude, you kind
wipe?
of jumped the gun. Jessica was about to announce her OnlyFans.
I know.
I do not have an OnlyFans.
The
but
wiping
Yet.
experience.
We'll talk about it some more.
The next question is, do you use wet wipes?
I think wet wipes are. I don't have the flushables yet, but I need to get them.
I don't think there is a real flushable one. I think they all say they're flushable, but
They clog.
They always clog. Yeah.
Yeah.
What it says.
Because you're on well and septic, not on public.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you don't have to worry about your own pipes, I guess you mess up the whole neighborhood.
No, you just send it out to the ocean for the.
It does
turtles
say to
to
flush only
eat
one
or
or
get
two.
stuck in
I
their
don't
nose.
think that's what it says or something.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll give you a little pro tip. Use the toilet paper, and then your last wipe, use one wipe, and that's it.
Oh my god. Now there's a method to this madness.
I'm
know.
saying don't use like the whole
Absolutely.
package,
Sure.
John, and then why is it getting clogged?
So use the toilet. You're saying use the toilet paper.
What
And
if
then-
you wet wipe once and then you dry off with the toilet paper?
I-
No, because it would get sticky, right?
I would be like, if a chick told me she did it the other way, I mean, I might literally barf. Like, oh god.
I guess we ain't doing no.
I would
oral
really
tonight.
barf. If I'd gone down on her previously, I would have really barfed.
A barf wouldn't be the worst thing about that.
You go down, and it's like, wait, this is the asshole.
I
Then you
can't
flip
believe
her.
that came
You
out of
flip
your
her, and it's like- Yes. So you go down, you're like, wait, this is the asshole. You flip her. It's like, wait, this is the asshole too. It's like, wait, what's going on?
Oh my god, that is the
Wait a second, I
nastiest
missed.
shit. I don't care in your life when you've given oral and there is any remote smell. It doesn't have to be that
Oh
smell.
God, let's not go there.
Blech.
Let's not go there, Jess.
No, I want that. Oh god.
God.
How do you not know? Like, how do you not know? Like, did you not shower? Did you not like take extra care?
Maybe for them it's normal.
Oh,
'Cause
dude,
it's always smelled.
I just have to bail out of that situation.
I knew someone who had washed themselves in the bathroom sink after they got done using number 2. They would get up and
I
then
don't blame
they would,
them.
Speaking
in
for
the
someone
sink?
else, right?
What?
He's speaking for someone
No.
else.
Oh my
Shower.
god.
Well, they got this up on like, was it bidet? Is that how it's pronounced? Bidet? They have this thing where you
Yeah,
put it.
it's a bidet. You
Okay,
it
but now
washes your
well,
ass.
Well, there's this thing now that you put it at the end of your toilet, and you can and it washes your butt.
yeah, I've had them in my hotel rooms before.
No, but it's not like the bidet, like the whole thing. I'm talking about like
Like a little attachment.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's been coming through my feed lately.
Oh god. What
You
is
know
it?
what?
Come more now that
He going out of your feed.
now the Google's
think that's
listened
what's
in.
I know.
You can start getting it on your phone.
Yeah, Google's listening in. Now all you're gonna get when you get off
Maybe
is your
'cause I
Facebook
Googled what
feed.
my-
Mine's going to be like bidet,
Because I
mate.
Holy
Googled
shit.
why is my
Australian
ass itching?
bidets.
Or how do you wipe? God.
I'm kidding. I'm,
Oh my god.
I'm joking.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna have more OnlyFans discussions. I do not have an OnlyFans for the record, and
Yet.
nor am I'm not getting an OnlyFans, guys.
What about Oshi?
Or maybe my little baby.
I'm working on that, guys.
Maybe.
Only
Look
Pong.
at
I'm
trying to
that
convince
You're
her.
gonna have
baby.
a OF Oshi fans.
Look at him just leaning over like a baller. Look at him, Oshi. It's your 1
I
year
know he knows
too,
we're talking about
baby.
him.
If you don't want to hear about us, at least subscribe just so you can see Oshi because it's totally worth it.
Oshi's worth it. He's worth it. He wants to sit on Mama's lap. Give me a sec. So anyway, on my birthday, you guys surprised me.
Yes.
I knew something
Killed
was
it, is what
happening.
we
You
did.
guys nailed it. So I have to hold this up. We went to Alexandria Beer Garden, which is Fido's place. And he wanted me to give a mention because I told him I was giving a shout out. Place is awesome.
It is.
First of all, it was beautiful. All those flowers like on the ceiling. They do live music Friday and Saturday. So if you're around Alexandria on Fridays and Saturdays, stop in. Food was excellent.
And they got a rooftop.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, that's where all those people are.
No, they got like an upstairs, and then they got another upstairs, and then they got the rooftop.
Yeah. So what was really cool, it wasn't that you guys had it there. It was that Fido, I had actually inquired with him, is there anywhere with a brunch for Inca, his other place? He's like, no, we don't do music. And then you called him, and he allowed us to bring in JD, who DJ'd. So big shout out to JD. So I had all my favorite things. Frankie made sure I had my favorite flowers. Thank you, Jason and Patterson, for getting them. My balloons that said 21 because we know that's how old I am. Duh. And thank you, Carrie Ann, for those. Frankie and Julio for organizing and my cakes, and Dee for another cake and pitching in on the DJ as well. It was just, I had so much fun, and I was surrounded with all the right people. You knew I had sworn off this area to do my birthday again for several reasons, and I caved. I caved, and then we went to Flash Sunday Love. That was awesome, and we ended the night with a steakhouse, and I got a seafood tower. So it was awesome.
Yeah, we went to what was it? Oak Steakhouse in Alexandria.
Yeah, it was
that
good.
food was that Jeff,
pork
that
chop was
pork
amazing.
chop. Oh,
Was it good?
yeah,
it tasted like breakfast sausage.
Dude, I was still on a brownout, so I half remember what it looked like. But I'll tell you, I don't say food's good. I didn't like the pork chop, but I don't like pork chops.
Yeah, you don't like.
But the seafood and everything else we had was
It was
excellent.
amazing.
Your ceviche, that little ceviche they had. Was
That little ceviche was.
And I took it from you guys. I was like, you're not allowed
yeah,
to
she
have
let it
my-"
taste it. She's like, okay, no more.
Yeah, it was so good. So thank you guys so much. We even did a Taylor Swift sing along. Who did it
yeah.
with me? I forget who was up there doing it with me, but we did a Taylor Swift sing along to Love Story. So you know that made my whole day.
Quick, just a little side note here. Are we on live? Because people are texting me that they can't.
I sent you the link.
Are we on live, John?
Yeah, we're live. What are they saying?
Yes, we are.
Are we on both Wild Style Network and on Facebook?
Facebook, YouTube, and
I am.
Lava.
I say go Facebook. They said they tried it.
Facebook, YouTube, and Wild Style Network.
It's the Wild Style Network one.
Yeah, go to YouTube on the Wild Style Network, Facebook, or what did we say? Tribe Called Jess.
Yeah. All right, just double checking.
Another thing I wanted to mention from my birthday episode. So, if for the viewers out there and the fans out there listening, we talked about outer course was one of our discussions, right? So it involved humping and what was it? Masturbation. They even included anal in there. I don't know how
What was
that
it? What was it called?
outer
Baking.
So it was soaking and marinating with that, which led to marinating. And I'm like, what in the actual F is soaking? And basically put it in, and they don't move. So they referred to
Yeah,
a
but there's a
religion.
wrinkle to that.
Hold on, I have
Oh,
it.
okay.
No, this is part of this. So I get home.
There's a part 2.
And I'm going through, or Gabby sent me these things, but I didn't know what it is. I'm like, what is she sending me? Shakers. So shakers can make $50 to $100 an hour shaking. So the soakers sit there and soaks.
The marinade.
They marinate. And so technically it's outer course, but the shaker comes and jumps on the bed. So technically they're not having sex. What the fuck?
It's funny that you say $50 to $100
Dude,
an
John
hour.
and I would make bank doing that.
Dude, yes. Yes. You could do a side hustle.
We would get some serious motion going for him.
Poor Oshi wouldn't make any money as a shaker, babe.
No.
Well, you have to jump slow so you can get that hour. Or else it's gonna be like, it's like I'm so good. You only
No,
need like
flat
30
fee.
seconds. Flat
What?
fee. There you go.
Okay, guys. What did you say today? And we're not criticizing anybody's religion at all. What did you say that Gabby? But you said it's so funny today. It's the Mormons.
I forget. I'll think about it.
You're supposed to write it down when you actually
I know, I
say
left the
something
note.
He
funny.
left his notebook at
I
home.
told you, oh shoot, I
Oh.
left my
Like, here's like my notes. I'm like, which ones?
Like, who thinks of
Oh,
this
I remember.
shit?
We were having a conversation. I said, Jess, you remember the Harlem Shake? She's like, yeah, videos. I said, well, this is the Mormon Shake.
Did you hear that, Jeff?
Why they should call it baking. That way it can totally be like shake and bake, you know?
Oh my God. I'm like, what? And Frankie's lines on there were fucking awesome. All right, ready? And Frankie's never funny. It's Julio, not never, but Julio's the one. Julio's the one with
Forgetting how sensitive I
I'm
am.
never giving you any good lines ever again.
What do you want to say, Jeff?
No, I was just saying, damn.
Well, no, Julio's the one
Cut
liner.
Frankie to the quick on
I
that
know.
one.
Frankie, the last one, I had to write him down because I went back and listened. I don't have sex on the first date. I marinate. And then let's not penetrate, just marinate. Are you going to cry?
No, laughing because I remember it now.
You want to tell everybody why you were crying today?
Oh,
When you made me feel, I was like, oh my God, this is so awkward. I don't know what to do.
He was telling me about it too. I'm like, man, yeah. I was like,
Oh no, he like had a breakdown.
so I finally
So you had-
so last night I finally saw the movie A Star Is Born, right?
"Shalalala."
And it was great. The music was great. Their chemistry was so good. And, I got a little bit emotional, but I didn't cry. I got teary eyed, but I didn't cry. So then I told my youngest daughter today about it, right?
Yeah.
And I was
Both
like, you need to
criers.
watch it. It's so good. So as I'm telling her about it, I'm like getting teary eyed. And I said, you know what? Let me play you the song. And I played her the song, Shallow. It was in the Shallows. And I was just feeling it. I was thinking about the movie, and I'm getting like all teary eyed. And Julia's like, Dad, So then I
And
put
then-
the movie on. and she was watching it.
All right,
so then I called
fast forward.
Jessica.
Yeah,
I called
so where you
Jessica,
called me.
and I'm telling Jessica what's going on. And I tell her, I don't know, this movie's is bringing all these emotions, and the music, and you know what, Jess? And I just literally my voice was going like that. I was like,
Legit, this motherfucker breaks down. And I thought at first he was kidding. And I was like, oh my God, Frankie, don't cry. So anyway, on to a lighter note.
And then just
whatever.
like, I'm
Jessica,
sorry.
don't-
She's like, I'm
don't
going through a
skip
tunnel.
your part.
Bye.
No, Jessica was like, stop crying for you because you're gonna make me cry. So you're not gonna tell that part.
Did I?
Yeah, you were.
I probably said that to make you feel better.
I'm sure
wow.
Jessica was
I'm
more
just
like,
kidding.
I
I'm
have,
just kidding.
I'm losing
No,
signal,
it-
Frankie. I gotta let you go. Please.
Dude, yeah, I don't know why. Like afterwards, this has never happened to me before. Like I cried
Yeah, I
during
get
the
it.
movie,
I do get it.
but
I
that
do
one
get
just
it.
like got me.
All right.
I guess.
Well, I'm going to move through these next few things super, super quick. One, and I don't mean to be dismissive on this, is just our prayers and thoughts go out to the city of Baltimore and those that lost their
yeah.
lives when the Francis Scott Key Bridge was ran into by the
Terrible.
cargo ship. And I actually woke up like 4 a.m. that morning. I'm like, what the hell is
Yeah, it
going
was
on?
It was insane.
Our condolences to those that lost their lives, their families, everybody who was impacted. That's traumatic even to see that
Yeah.
in real life.
It's crazy.
And to the people, even on the cargo ship, to live with that. I've watched Facebook and all this stuff, and I'm not going to go ape shit, but I
it's
mean,
so close
from
to
boating,
home.
Yeah.
for 7 years, when a boat loses propulsion, there's no more control. I don't, and when power goes out and it's black like that, I mean, it just does. I've helped my ex when he had to, something was wrong and we're out in the middle. I'm trying to control it. And imagine that at a cargo ship, right?
Yeah.
And by the time the wheel catches it, all different things, all ships. I wouldn't claim to know that, but my heart goes out to them because I'm sure they feel terrible. People lost their
does.
lives.
It hits so
and
close to home, and
yeah.
you know how many times we've traveled past that bridge.
We use that bridge.
all the time.
I use that bridge a million times
Yeah.
throughout the 26 years I've lived here. Anyway, shout out to them and thank you to all the first responders.
condolences.
And what an excellent job. I heard the call of them getting traffic stopped and, how well coordinated
Oh, yeah, the
and how
officers,
well,
good job on how
how
they
excellent
coordinated,
they
yeah.
were trained and got there really fast. And a shout out to my friend Jason, who had a table for Aoki. Moving on to a totally different subject.
yeah.
Nancy, I took Nancy. We had a blast. We were side stage. I'm just touching on it real quick. Aoki brings the energy every time. I've been seeing him for over a decade, and it's like he just levels up.
He doesn't age.
He doesn't age, but he levels up and his energy is unmatched. And so many times DJs, artists in general, right? Not just DJs. I'm not just saying them. Artists in general will, I'm popular, I'm famous, I don't need to do much. And it's like he's so dedicated to his craft.
He is. You could tell he enjoys it and he loves it.
It's
Yep.
just that, he's always on a constant pursuit of happiness.
Oh God, you hear me screaming like an animal I loved every minute of
Oh,
it.
your videos are great, except for you screaming.
I don't give a shit.
She's like, I'm not
Don't-
apologizing. She's like,
So I'm sure that you already know this because you're a fan of Aoki, but I'm a nerd and just found this out from my watching of the food that built America.
Benihana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I know the whole documentary.
His dad
Is Ben
started
started
Benihana.
Benihana.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Rocky Aoki. Yeah.
His dad was also a daredevil, like race
Yeah,
car
that dude was
driver.
wild, yeah.
Yeah, his dad was. It's actually a really cool documentary and
crazy.
story. The cake throwing started in 2011 when he was promoting autoerotic, not autoerotica, and a video went viral. And in that video, the cakes were exploding. And Aoki was at a club in 2011 is the first documented cake throwing. And there was a cake, and he's like, "Guys, like, put it in my face." And he did it. And the crowd went wild, and the guy went wild, and that's how it became a thing. His longest cake is 80 feet. I'm like you, Jeff, a nerd. I have to go read everything because somebody asked me.
Didn't you say that like the interviewer like asked to be caked and then
And he said, "No, it doesn't hurt." And she's like, "That freaking hurt."
she felt that like the thing that
Dude, he throws it with like
the
so much
cardboard
force.
thing, and she was like, it hurt.
Yeah, 80 feet. I mean, my videos of the caking, but they love it. It's like a badge of
It's
honor.
delicious.
And
Julio got caked.
I got caked.
Yeah.
hold on, John wants to say something.
I wanted you to get cake so bad at
no, he
TCB
won't.
when you were getting your cake. I was ready to hit Aoki for you and just someone run out there and just get you.
I wouldn't have minded actually if I didn't have any more interviews. I would have laughed. So that was fun.
I
Thank
wouldn't
you,
let
Jason.
you off the rest of the night after that.
I would have had. But shout out to Jason. It was so kind of him to have Nancy and I side stage, and it's great to see. That's the show you want to be side stage. Normally, I don't enjoy it. Shout out to Matt Cronin, the GM of Echo, for just always being awesome. He's just such a great guy, and it's always a pleasure to see him. Okay, so quickly, because I want to get into our subject. We started late, so I have a little bit of time. Prior to my birthday episode, all right, Osh, we've had enough of this. Sorry, guys. I put out on Facebook, what do girls or guys find attractive about the opposite sex or their partner? I mean, I'm not just keeping it heterosexual here, but for this question, it was presented that way, that they find attractive that, so if you find something attractive in a woman, but she wouldn't realize you found that attractive.
Yeah.
And I promised I would read the answers out because we ran out of time on our 2-hour special. How's that possible? And I will. But what do you find, just a quick couple, attractive in a woman that you don't think she knows is attractive? Or women.
Yeah. I do like it when they wear no makeup and they just put that hat on to go to the game.
Even if they're ugly?
I mean,
I'm kidding. I don't think anyone's ugly. I had to say it.
and also like when women sweat, like when they're working out and they sweat, I think it's sexy. And most women like don't like sweating.
I just don't sweat a lot. Yeah, I could be working out for 2 hours, and when I do sweat, I'm like, well, damn. I get excited.
Yeah, so I think it's sexy when they're sweating.
Yeah. What about you, Julio?
When they actually listen to what I'm saying, Jessica. No, I'm kidding.
Why is that true?
I'm not saying you interrupt everybody, but
You want to write the show each week? I can do whatever.
Oh, here we go.
damn, I won't be here next episode, guys. You know why already?
Ran out of the show.
Guys, we
like-
don't actually fight. It's a joke. What, Jeff?
That's why I'm not here.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said. All right, go ahead.
When they wear like your clothes.
Oh, sorry, you're done. So anyway, no.
The middle child.
the middle. I am the middle child. When they wear your clothes.
Yeah.
Like when your girl like wears like your jersey or your hoodie and it's just like the way it looks baggy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Another one. I don't want to cut you off.
Damn,
You're
another
never
one.
going to live this down. It's going to be you and
It's-
Jason getting ridiculed next time he's here.
when they use their feet.
I can't even. I can't go.
Just I think when like they put their hair in a ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just like, yeah.
Jeff, do you have any?
Of what makes girls sexy?
No. What like the
That they don't
question?
know
Stuff that's not
about?
common.
Yeah, like things that like
Something you find attractive. Like
I think for me it's like a subdued confidence, not overconfidence.
Yeah.
But confidence in themselves.
like me.
Yes.
I'll tell you another
That
one
was
I
a
like.
compliment. I'm kidding.
I'll tell you another one I like is when you invite them out to eat and they actually eat. Don't worry about like not, just they.
I'll be
scoff at
honest.
food.
When the few dates I get taken on, or that I'll go on, that's a fair statement. I like a bunch of different foods. I'm not a big put a big steak in front of me, and that's what I'm doing. It's just never been me.
Not that kind of meat, but you know.
For me, obviously, hat to the back, but I think guys kind of know that's attractive. I find it really cool to look at a man when he's leading. Like, it doesn't have to be at his job, when he's just like leading and he's intense, and I find that hot. I like when a guy is just chilling back, driving, not like all the way seat back, like trying to be cool. I mean, just like in his zone. And then guys, when they side smile and they have that dimple, but dude, they're not smiling at you. They're just, you're looking. It's super fucking hot.
When they sing along to whatever song's playing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Girls
Here we go.
find,
I'll hear what they said.
okay. Girls find attractive that guys don't realize. Mine, of course, I did. Oh, watch. I wrote all three of those and didn't know last time. I was just saying those from off the top of my head. The chef's hug. So girls, several girls said this. They name it the chef's hug. It's when they're cooking in the kitchen and a man comes up and hugs them. What a cool name for that, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to call it that. Monochromatic athletic wear. So when guys wear the monochromatic, all one color, keeping it, you know, they'll have like Adidas tracksuits and it's all beige or all. So some girls said that. I picked some cool, not more obvious
stuff
ones.
that's not common, yeah.
Several girls like when they're nice to dogs and playing with dogs. See, thank you, Jessica. I helped you be nicer to dogs. A lot of girls like when their guys play pranks on them. I like that.
What? It's like the biggest lie ever.
I know.
Sending bad jokes or dirty jokes like to them.
I've been told I'm too funny.
Making us laugh. They like to be made to laugh. We know you're too funny, Frankie. One girl, her husband only has a certain amount of time for lunch every day, and he always comes home and spends like the 20 few minutes by the time he gets home, leaves with her. And they've been married a while, which I think is endearing. I love that. That's what I want. Just don't be up my ass. Thoughtfulness, being assertive, like having specific plans, which I think is attractive because I talk about the dating apps with that. Like, come with a plan, come with a, and people are like, why don't you? I'm like, no.
Don't ask the girl what they want to eat. Just take them to eat.
I mean, make sure they don't have food allergies.
Along those lines, I also think it's kind of sexy when watching a woman in the kitchen, like cooking and preparing a meal.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
Some like fresh cut beard, shape up, back and neck, passionate kisses. That would be a big one for me. Like really passionate kisses. I know most girls I know think that's hot, sometimes better than sex.
Nobody said hairy backs.
No, nobody said hairy backs. This one, my friend's husband passed away, so I teared up on this one. When they were apart, he would always call to say he couldn't sleep without her, and he passed away, I think almost 2 years ago. So, yeah, that was a sweet one and sentimental, and I love that. They were great. He is and was. I always think people are still with us in energy. Is and was a great man, and they had a great love, and yeah, it was sad and unfortunate.
There's some good ones though.
So, guys,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
what did guys say?
This was my favorite that guys said because I think mine is very unique. It's very loud, but they're laugh and giggle. Several guys said laugh and giggle were super important. Hold on. When girls are in the mirror and they turn and look at their butts, they think that's really super cute. Couple guys said that. Sense of humor, having wit, playing with their hair as they drive.
Yeah. Or their mustaches.
Yeah. They play or know about sports, which everybody, I think all guys say, but guys really love that. Hold on. Oh, and big one was wears her man's shirt in the morning as a cover in the morning. So and this was the other favorite. I love that because I always do that I'm like, oh, hoodie, these are mine, not yours, T-shirts, and smart and disciplined because I like that men like that. Okay.
Jess, I think I have one. It's not something that girls can control, but I think it's one that I've found out that more guys that I realize find this sexy about women. When they have like sometimes if they have a tan, but usually if they have a tan, and you can see the little blonde peach fuzzy hairs on their like lower back.
Yeah.
Like not hairy. But
I
like,
get what you're saying.
You don't
It's
see
just
them
so
normally,
fuzz,
but
yeah.
The peach fuzz.
if the sun hits it and they're tan, you see those little, I don't know what it is, but
You're right.
It's peach
that's
fuzz.
something that gets
peach
me, and
fuzz.
my friend's like, yeah, me too.
I had an ex that
Jeff and Hannah.
loved like, so I always go tanning in the Buff. I mean, I think most people do it, the tanning salon. And, but he would have me wear like my underwear and bra or a bikini because he liked the tan lines. I
That's
was like,
also sexy.
Yeah, tan lines are also.
yeah. Like, so I was like, he's like, do you care? I'm like, no, I'm with you. What do I give a fuck?
Yeah, because the fuzz, you
So
know,
I did
women
it.
are always concerned about like shaving and all that.
Yeah.
But the little fuzz is cute too.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think it's cute more than sexy.
what?
The little peach fuzzy. Yeah, because the hairy is not good, but
No,
like
no.
like the little peach fuzzy you can't see unless the sun like hits it
Hits it the
exactly
right way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost a note, so I'm trying to.
I also like when they first wake up and they're just like waking up. No makeup, no nothing. Just
Ladies, always wear false eyelashes. I love when guys say, I said this to a guy one day because he says, women don't have to wear them. I was like, watch your girl with them. Watch her without. They look way better with it. He came back to me and he goes, women do look better with long eyelashes.
yeah, but no guy in the history ever said, I wonder if you should put on some fake eyelashes. Nope.
Oh, sorry for them.
It might enhance. Yeah, I agree with that.
It does. I look way
I don't-
better with
But I'm
eyelashes.
not gonna be like, you're not wearing your eyelashes today.
I mean, I have mine are actually longer than I thought underneath, but I wear my fake eyelashes every day now that I've gotten older.
You know the ones that makes a huge difference? The girls that are really, really blonde, so you can't even really see their
Yeah.
their eyelashes
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That's why mascara brightens the eyelashes, because what it does is it lifts the eye, a period, without the surgery, guys.
Well, all
right, we gotta
about
move
the
on.
extensions.
oh, I won't get those. I
No,
wear my own
well,
every day.
Yeah, I'm saying when you put those on, it's like, yeah, it might look good, but then when as a guy you go over there to caress and you're like, oh,
I'm
what
like,
is
don't
this?
pull on my hair.
I know.
Remember down my extensions.
Oh, I never wear, my hair is my hair.
Yeah.
But I do put a little side
No,
extension,
but I
like
agree.
for
It
show.
enhances. I'm not gonna say don't put it on, but it's
But
not
this
like
is my length.
like a major.
Just as a little, yeah. But all the rest is mine. I just do one little side piece. Okay. So today you guys got me heated.
Oh, we're running out of time, Jess. We gotta
No,
go.
we went on
next
late.
week.
And I'm not going to be quick, but I'll be precise.
Part 2.
So originally we were going to talk about something that happened to me that affected me, that changed the way I thought, but I'm going to table that for next week. I'll kind of bring it in a little bit this week. But I did want to say, you sent, let me tell you how this happened. Sorry, I had to get my train of thought. Frankie posts a reel on Facebook and I watched it and I'm like, oh God. And I was just like, okay.
And it was
you know.
about food?
No, I'm going to set it up. But I'm not even going to tell you what it's about yet. All of a sudden in my feed, and we have multiple friends from all different areas. It can be Manassas, DC, and Maryland. It's not like it's just all in one place, right? I started seeing all these guys repost it that we know. And I'm like, oh, here we motherfucking go. The problem is that the narrative, they post it and they're like, this, or they don't say anything. And there's a narrative to it that, of course, condemns women. And I'm like, hold up. I agree with part of this, and I'm going to let John play it. But I don't agree with part of it. And I don't think it's ever fair to post something without saying something and bringing the narrative in, because so many men were sharing it. And I'm like, then more men see it. And then they're like, yeah, see, that's what it is. And that's not entirely true. And it's unfair to women. John, can you play that? And loud, please, if you don't mind.
Loud.
Well, no, because sometimes you can't hear them on the other end.
We've created a generation of narcissistic women. And what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized. So if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be with it, every poor choice is glamorized, and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman. And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women.
Okay, two things, because I told you guys you could speak first,
No,
and then
no,
I'm
that's-
going to give my verbal annihilation. One is, I don't like how in the first part, I'm only kidding about the
Just
verbal
take those
annihilation.
old records on the shelf.
One of the first things I didn't agree with in the video was she starts out with, well, it's creating narcissistic women, and then ends with it's catering to narcissistic women. So which the fuck is it? That's one. Be clear. If you're going to put something out there as a PhD, as you let me know. And I know she is. I've talked to her on her comments.
It can do both.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't, but the way she stated it, I didn't like it. And I didn't like it, just for my opinion. And secondly, look, social media and digital media is a part of our lives. It is here to stay. Just like, cars had gas one day, and before they rode horses. I mean, this is the evolution of what happens in life. Whether it's this or, we have better cars, we have better this, we have better that. So Gen Xers and Boomers just need to stand down and shut up. It's part of your life. Accept it. If you don't want to see it, don't fucking get on there. And I'm being serious because all I hear is, oh, Facebook, it's a part of life. Learn to adjust accordingly, adjust your parenting accordingly, adjust how you interact with people accordingly, adjust how you present yourself accordingly. But it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. TikTok would be the only one that might go somewhere, and they're not banning it. They're going to restrict it, which is going to suck for a lot of people, and we're going to have a bigger economic crisis. But nobody thinks of that. They just... Anyway. So I'll let you go and say what you want.
Well, following up on what you said about, these generations need to, accept it, but that's kind of...
I didn't say accept her.
No, not that.
Whoa. Digital media, because the problem is she's saying because of this, because of that, because of this. Well, guess how that evolved, Frankie? Me, you, raising our kids, our age, when the Sprint Trio came out, the first camera phone in Japan, when apps started hitting, and we raised kids around these apps, and that's how people are being raised. So the way they interact with these apps and have attitudes partly needs to be held accountable for the parents. I'm not saying their whole thing, but we left, many parents left phones in social media to raise their kids. Many.
Yeah, I agree. So what I was going to say is, just because things are like that doesn't mean you just let it be. You could still...
I'm agreeing.
Still regulate it. You could still, be like, obviously my kids are grown
You're
already.
misunderstanding my point.
No,
I think
you're not even letting me explain. Let me explain, and then you'll see where I'm coming from.
No.
So what it is you just don't, just because things are doesn't mean you just let them be. Both sides have to adapt, right? Older generations adapt to it. Don't be so isolated. Like, I'm not getting on the phone. Like, you guys need to stop recording everything and be in the moment. It's like, well, you could do a little bit of everything.
Agree.
So along the lines of what she said, and Jeff will probably agree with me, it could be both, right? Social media has created this, and then at the same time, after creating it, it's feeding it. So it could be both. Technology, social media has allowed us to just focus so much on the me. And in this case, it was obviously talking about women, but it could go both ways, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody's just focused so much on themselves to the point that they become narcissists. What's the definition of narcissism?
I have all 9. When it's my turn, I have that all written down.
What's the definition of narcissism? When you focus unhealthily
Well,
so
there's
much
9.
on yourself.
There's 9 characteristics that qualify a narcissist. You have to actually have 5 to be one. But I'm going to wait till I can comment.
I know. I want to know what those
Well,
5 are
you're
now.
screwed. No.
Yeah, I want to hear that too.
No, I want you to say what you want to say, and Jeff, and then I'll say what I want to say.
And I think the points she said are valid. What happens is, when we hear those things, we tend to get defensive, right? The guys are going to be like posting it to be like, yeah, look at these women, like bash women, right? It's like, no, don't do that. And then women are going to get defensive. Oh, they're attacking me, this and that. No, take a step back, let all the emotions go through, and then analyze what she's trying to say. What's the point of her message? Is this actually true? And when you take a step back and you analyze and you look, most of her points are actually on point and valid. I agree with 100% of what she said.
Julio?
It was an interesting video. It's weird because I get it, and at the same time, it's like I don't get it because there's just so much more behind as to the people using the social media. You know, yes, there's people that are acting that way, like she said, narcissistic, a little self-centered, and so forth. But then there's other people that just genuinely want to share the, you know, give people a glimpse of their lifestyle. And then that just draws in so many people, the trolls, the people that genuinely care, the people that are just trying to get a reaction from somebody else. It's not really, I feel like it's not a black and white situation. There's a lot of gray area in there. And it's not something that can be just really broken down so easily. Like, you really have to figure out what's going on. Like, what's the story behind it?
Right.
But,
Jeff?
yeah.
Jeff? You have an opinion?
Yeah, I'd wanted to let him finish.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Sure. Yeah, so I think that she's oversimplifying and we're oversimplifying her because there's a few things. One, I think that she's partially correct and she's partially wrong.
I'm with you on that. That's exactly what
because I don't think that social media has created this. I think social media amplifies it. I think the society has created it.
Fair.
And I think everybody's always heard about it. And it's just the method has changed because in Roman times, everybody wanted to be the most famous general. And they became generals and powerful so that they were
The Domino's
well-known.
tracker now has
And
GPS
then,
with delivery
you know,
alerts.
fast forward
So we don't
to,
catch you
50 years
before
ago,
you're ready.
and everybody wanted to be on radio, so they
Time
could
of
be
your
on.
life,
Then
kid.
TV came along, and they wanted to
Try
be
it
on that.
next time you get any
And
two
it's
or
just
more medium
progressed. This is
two-topping
just the
pizzas
newest
delivered for just
way
$5.99
for you
each.
to be noticed.
And it's faster.
Yeah,
And it's more visible.
and it's faster. But I mean, I think that she's also she's incorrect in her assumptions because one of the first things she said was like that they're protected because of their poor choices of putting pictures of them in bikinis. Well, maybe that's not a poor choice for them. Maybe that's just a choice that they want to do. So that was the other part of it that I didn't agree with her, was that her perception of what may be a poor choice may not be that perception to the person who posted it. So like it's way like I just think she just oversimplified everything. But really, it boils down to society has done the same thing that social media has because of the snowflake mentality of you got to coddle the kids. Every kid gets a trophy. There's nobody comes in last place. Like all those sorts of things. That's what's led to it, not social media.
I think a lot of things have led to it. I think
No,
first
no,
of
no.
all, I think we have to define narcissism. I think I will agree with. I think the general consensus between the three of us in here, maybe you agree, Jeff, the word is definitely overused, especially as it applies to men, right?
All those words are overused
Of course.
nowadays. Gaslighting.
Of course.
And,
I mean,
narcissism.
But truly, narcissism, you have
toxic masculinity.
I agree with you. I think everything will be because just like everything else, everything's faster, more visible, so everybody catches on really quick. And then everybody talks about it for, and some things stick and some things don't. So I'm not disagreeing with that. Grandioso sense of self, no humility at all. Fantasies about having or deserving. They feel like they deserve self-superiority above a normal amount. Like they are so unique and so special. A need for excessive admiration, sense of entitlement, exploitive behavior, frequent envy and arrogance. So those are the 9 psychological qualifiers for narcissism, right?
And it's to the point that doesn't
Hold on.
matter how they get it or who they hurt.
One
to
sec.
get it.
Five, you have to have 5 of those to qualify, okay, as to be a narcissist.
Yeah.
So I think when if anybody's listening, let's be careful how we're throwing that word out, period. I'm actually defending men here a little bit. I've been with narcissists and I've been without. I've been narcissistic. People have narcissistic episodes or off instances. We're all narcissistic in a way. It's when that is who you actually are, right? So I think we have to be careful. But of course, narcissism is a form of emotional abuse between family, friends. We're not talking just men and women.
Correct.
So I think we absolutely should be aware, because I can promise you it's the worst abuse to come back from. It's extremely hard. I think that to say, I agree with Jeff, what he's saying. I agree with Jeff's point across the board. Who is anybody to say, what's a poor choice and why do those choices relate to women not being able to take accountability? That's the thing that offended me in that, is like, because I post a bikini shot and guys think I'm hot, versus I go to the beach and guys think I'm hot. Why all of a sudden does that make me a woman that doesn't take accountability? It goes back to, I think why this angers me, it goes back to almost that body count discussion, right? Of not the same thing, but, oh, well, she did this, so she's a terrible person. This many people, so she's a terrible person. I don't think one correlates with the other. I think that I get what she's saying. I think we're seeing things at a more visual of everybody in the world, right? So you have a lot of entitled chicks out there and narcissistic chicks out there, and all the things she's saying. You have equal amounts of men out there like that. We're just seeing a lot of them all at once, right? But I don't think women aren't taking accountability because they're posting bikini shots or on OnlyFans or this because we feel entitled. I post all the time. Some of it, I think it's funny. But if I am posting a bikini shot, I fucking want to, and I will. That doesn't make me not take accountability and feel entitled and need to be fucking soothed. I don't understand that. Explain that to me.
Yeah, Jess, I think she also is being narcissistic herself. Because
I agree.
I
thought the same thing.
You were talking about like body count and all that stuff, because that's what she's talking about. It's like their poor choice of bikini. I'm sure if you asked her what the body count was appropriate, she'd have a different number than you would, than I would. And she's just putting her own label on what's appropriate for her. So bikini shots are not appropriate. High body count's not appropriate, and what is a high? 2 might be high for you, 20 might be high for somebody else, and vice versa. So everybody wants to put the label on what their opinion is, and everything that doesn't meet that threshold, the people are wrong and they're narcissistic. And
I think what I want everybody maybe listening, and Frankie, I do want you and Julio to add back in, is that let's stop, just stop all this. It's not going to stop here because you heard me say it, right? Not you. I mean, the world. Let's just knock it off with all this stuff. Let's go back to the basics. I think Gurjeet said that, when we were on my birthday episode. Let's go back to those basics. Stop all this shit and let's see things for just what they are and not for these big words. We have to label everybody. Everybody has something. And I'm guilty. Look, guilty of it too, but also been right on some, right? So I've got to do the same. I hold myself, a woman holding herself accountable that's posted bikini shots, and I hold myself to the same standard. No, I'm looking at you to respond.
I didn't know you were done. The thing is that we tend to focus once again on certain things, right? You're talking about just the bikini. He's talking about what's wrong with being a sex worker? You're like, what's wrong with posting a bikini? But to me, what caught my attention was not that stuff where she said, all this stuff has been used as an excuse to not self-reflect. So when I see this video, I look back and I think, what is she trying to say? What's the point of her message, right? And I think most of us, when he said poor choices, is because we tend to think of the now and we don't reflect and think about the consequences of our choices. How is it going to affect if I start posting, nudes, on social media? Not me, but just if I was a woman, right, or whatever, a guy. If you're going to be OnlyFans, how is it going to affect, me later on if I want to But
that's not what we're talking.
That's what she was saying. That was part of it. That's what makes it a poor choice. It's a poor choice is if when you act on something and you don't reflect how it's going to affect you later
The way
on.
I
You only
took
think
it
about the now.
was she's saying because women are getting soothed by all these guys from posting and doing sex and all that, they feel then the need to be soothed at every minute in a relationship.
Well, that's a little part that she mentioned. There was so much more.
Well, that's how
in
she
the big
rounded the
picture.
whole thing
I didn't
up.
see it that way. I saw it differently.
The other thing I'll say is you mentioned. Go ahead, Jeff. Did you have something to say?
No, we were having a side conversation.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Self-reflection. First of all, most people don't have the opportunity to be so aware to self-reflect. I think less people than not are that self-aware to self-reflect. And we're lucky when we get there. But wouldn't you say, for those of us that are, because I know you do a ton of self-reflection, I've now done a ton. I don't know what you do.
I just go with the flow.
Then it's our job to be, whether it's to our kids, to people, to when we post the video like that, to give some narrative instead of just, oh, here it is, it's true. You know, we lead by example, and when we know better, do better and show others how to do better. And I do think self-reflection is key. I do think making a choice like OnlyFans or putting a bikini shot or men sending dick pics. I mean, we can go to men's side. I mean, let's be clear. It can't always just be put on fucking women.
Okay, well, this is the thing, too. It's been taken so personal, like, oh, she's attacking women. The clip happened to be about women. So, you know, because I had friends also saying, well, you could say that about a guy, this and that. Well, that's not the point. The point is not attacking women. She was basically talking about women in this instance, you know, and she gave her opinion, but it wasn't like only women do this. You know, we can go different areas and different aspects and say guys are like this too. So it's not a,
I'm not
making it a
deflecting.
gender thing.
Okay, let's not. But you're getting upset, and this is the discussion. I can tell you're upset.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay. It's just emotions.
I think the good mess. I think two things. One is don't overuse the word narcissistic. I need to set all this bullshit aside. I think two, let's when we know better, do better. Teach people. I think I talk a lot about younger women in my life, where I try to lead by example because I've fucked up so many times. So that's me taking accountability and saying, okay.
The Domino's tracker now has GPS with delivery alerts,
mistakes, right?
So we don't
Or
catch you
to teach
before
people
you're
how
ready.
to self-reflect. People don't understand.
Time of your life, huh,
They
kid?
think self-reflection has to be
Try it next
defensive,
time you get any
defending
2 or more
against
medium
something.
2-topping pizzas
It's
delivered
just
for just
saying, why do I do
$5.99
this or
each.
that or act this way or that way, and how can I adjust that? And also giving yourself grace and accepting it and learning how to do it different and having the people around you give you the same grace.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think there's not, again, Frankie, I don't think there's not truth to that video. I think there is some truth. I just think it needs to be put in a very different way, whether she was talking about men or women.
Well, it's just a clip too, so we tend to like take a clip and go different directions. I did like the point that you said, if I'm going to share something, give a little side note. It'd be like, hey, I saw this clip. I think it's a good way to self-reflect. What do you think? You know, instead of just putting it out there, because then
I wasn't being attacking in that.
No.
I think I've been guilty of that too.
Yeah.
So
no, I didn't take it personal, but I'm saying that's a good point.
your
That's what I'm
face
saying.
got 8 shades of red, and I thought I had to go get your blood
Oh
pressure
no, because
medicine.
because I think about this stuff. I apply it to my kids, to myself. I do think it's a serious, you know, topic. How it's affected society, you know. But obviously, I'm not gonna put my principles and my standards out there, right, and make people believe and think this.
Frankie, you're one. First of all, so the audience doesn't think this is like. Frankie is like my very best friend, and I love our conversations, and I love that you thought provoke me. I hated you guys today on Instagram thought provoking me, but I do, and I respect you for it. It makes me think. There are again pieces to that, but I think the narrative all around, not just that clip, that goes out every day. And if in our little piece of haven right here, we can kind of dissect it. I'm not saying I'm right. I think everything is perspective to who you are, right? Like who we are, how we project and this and that. There's so many things that go in, and everybody's allowed to take things how they want. It's how we discuss like this and come out of it.
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Because I see some of your points. I see Jeff's point. I love my points because I'm amazing.
Look how she ignored my points.
All right. What's
Oh,
your
you
point?
spoke? Julio? You
Did
spoke?
you
I know, right?
I'm
Julio
sorry.
spoke?
What did you say?
No, I was just thinking. Like, I think the best way to maybe better grasp the situation is maybe look at the post that she's referring to about these girls that post bikini pics or sexy poses and whatnot. Maybe just investigate a little bit more on that side of social media just to better understand her point.
Well, yeah,
of view.
maybe the guy probably asked, doctor, like, how does this behavior has affected, relationships? And then she went on and explained it.
Yeah.
And I think we also have to acknowledge, and I think Jeff touched on this, society, but, sex sells. And I don't mean sex literal, guys, but sex sells,
You just mean like
follower,
soaking or shaking?
marinating. Let's get out of this seriousness. But, men high level continue to support this high level. Going back to the 69% of users on OnlyFans are, white men.
I mean, I can't be at the strip club throwing money and be like, you're really making a poor choice, young lady.
And one more thing.
Let me put you a song so you can self-reflect on
Please
stage
come
for
over
me.
here and make some more bad choices.
And I'm not coming down so hard in Gen X, Gen Z, or Gen X and boomers. I'm just saying, like I keep hearing it. I'm like, it's a part of life now. This isn't 2005. Like, you don't have to participate in it, but
Whatever.
it is a part
I don't
of
want
life.
to pay with my phone. I still want to write some checks.
Jess, was the gear on your wrist just now when you're looking it up?
Shut up.
2005.
I do that. Like I wear a watch.
What year is it?
Swatch
let me
watch.
see here. Roll
She's got
up
a
my
Swatch
sleeve.
watch on.
She mementoed.
So we're going to end with something funny, but real quick, I'm going to lead this into next week.
Yeah.
So I do think, and I'll get into why I changed my thinking next week, but I happen to be on a discussion with 7 people, 3 males, who changed my whole perspective. You have to be the person to attract what you want. I'm not talking sex here. And I had to sit and self-reflect on myself because, and this is stated by a gentleman, you get what you want, what you work for, and what you're intentional about. And I asked on Facebook, do we deserve love? Do you? Do I? Do we? But you get what you work for and what you're intentional about. You deserve nothing in this life. And we're going to talk about that. And I think I had to sit back and go, why am I not getting the relationship that I want? Because you and I had a discussion for the first time ever in 2 years. I'm ready for a relationship. I love being single. I love my independence. But I want the right relationship. And I had to reflect and I had to admit that certain exchanges with men, even though they're great men, they didn't have the same intention that with me as I had with them. And yet they get such a piece of me that I should have reserved. I bro way too much. I bro with every guy. And I think it's a protective tactic. I don't mean to sabotage. And then I'm not setting intentions not intentional when I'm going out and dating. And I'm trying to work on that. And I want to leave with this, and then we'll do the funny thing real quick. We only have a minute because we're over now. And this is how we'll bring in next week's episode. True love is not found. It is created through conscious effort. And I'm on you guys always, like on the show, and we all talk. You got to make conscious efforts. So we'll leave that cliffhanger. I have a lot planned. What are you doing, Jeff? Is that what's going in that hole? I see you out there.
Save it for the OnlyFans, Jess.
He's here for the OnlyFans.
Sorry, I was describing how my big ass was on my office chair at home for so many years that the little post sort of sunk all the way through and was scraping on the bottom. It sort of just worked its way down.
Oh my
I
God.
was sitting here like super low. I'm like, why is this so low? And I'm like, oh, because my big ass squashed it.
I love him so much. Okay, so Frankie,
Speaking of intention,
What were we talking? Okay, you guys wanted to end with something funny, so I told you it was your job this week to come up. Let's move away. I love you guys. I hope you're not upset.
Oh no, of course not. Come on, you know
You
me,
swear?
Jess.
Pinky
yeah,
swear?
no, it was a great conversation.
Pinky
Don't worry,
swear.
Jess. I'll tell you what he says on the drive home.
I know you will. I'll make
That
sure.
nickel and dime, Jess.
That nickel and diming bitch.
Get me drunk on Friday. And
I
I'll
do
tell
love you, but do I really cut you off that bad?
Huh?
I'm gonna work on it. I feel guilty now. I feel like
Yeah, that's what you remember.
here's my.
John, let's work on the clips of her cutting me off every episode.
Thanks for the editing.
I do it. I know I do it.
That's fine.
On the
It's no big deal.
along the lines of being intentional.
Oh God.
I was going to ask you, when it comes to sex, is it necessary? Do you consider a good session if you don't orgasm? Like, do you have to orgasm during sex?
Do you?
I've had some sessions where it's been pretty good. She's orgasm and I haven't, and I'm still satisfied. Like I'm okay with it.
Satisfied or okay with it? I'm asking.
I mean,
Those are very different answers.
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way.
That's what I was saying. Are you satisfied?
No, I mean, in other words, I'm fine. We stop. We don't have to continue. I don't have to orgasm. I'm fine with it.
That sounds terrible. I don't know. Like, no. You.
How
Then
old are
what's
you,
the
Julio?
point? Then what's the point? You know, like, I'm sorry. What's the point of having sex if you're not
Wait,
gonna climax?
Is that where that saying comes? Like, for example, buffalo or bust? Like, you know, like where your destination.
I'm going
or
to tell
bust?
you last what I think. What, Jeff? What do you?
I was just asking Julio how old he is because as you get older, sometimes you just run out of steam, and you're just like,
I don't know.
As
Maybe that's what
Kramer
it is.
said, sometimes it's just enough.
Yeah.
And you just kind of got to be like, all right, I'm giving up on this one, and I had a good time, but it's just not going to happen
Yeah.
before I run out of energy.
And you're fine. You're okay with it, right?
Yeah.
John?
Sounds like hiding.
John's like, this is what you bring me up. This is what you bring me in.
So,
Yeah, I mean, it's fine as long as she had a good time.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I mean, 100%, like, there is some really kick-ass sex where I didn't come. That's rare.
So you all worked out. Is what you're
Orgasm.
saying.
I would be upset. And if I'm not upset, I probably didn't like the person that much. But yes, I've had good sex without having that, but like having an orgasm. But I much would prefer and highly recommend as women training yourself on how to. Because when women tell me they haven't had an orgasm or they rarely do, I'm like, what?
No, but see,
What?
I'm not saying. I'm saying
I understand.
the opposite. Rarely not have one. Not rarely have. You know.
I would like to have an orgasm.
Yeah,
I would much rather have one than not. But yes, I've had great sex without having one. I guess.
I guess. I guess at the end.
I mean, what?
It just means like you probably weren't attracted to that person. That's why
Next thing they're gonna have
I mean,
a reel.
there's
They're gonna
different-
have a
there's
reel
many
about
reasons.
me about how I need to self-reflect.
I don't know. You just kept saying this.
I think it depends on how it goes too. Like, if you both just aren't satisfied and it ended, then that's not good.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, I've had an orgasm and wouldn't say it was great sex. So I
Yeah.
definitely would appreciate great. I mean, there's some men that know how to like.
Plus, there's also times where like
Do shit and men that are just
there's
boring.
times that I've been tired and my partner wants it. So
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I do my part, and if she's done, then like, you know what, great. I don't have to.
Yeah,
come.
exactly.
Like, you're good. I'm done.
Yeah.
I did my job.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Here we go. There's the participation award again. That's why we don't improve.
See, you're giving out trophies for
Yeah, I'm
second
giving it-
place. Hey, guess what? Guess what? Second place is Frankie. First loser.
I like that.
From now on, I'm gonna fake orgasm.
Frankie's face was my attitude in that Instagram chat today during our chat. Your face. I can't wait for you to watch this back. I literally felt like
Oh no,
it was
I
good.
know. I mean, I know.
You got so upset. I've never seen
No,
you this
because
upset.
It's not upset. It's because I'm also reflecting and I'm thinking what I'm gonna say and what not to say. So I'm just, you know how I get into my own self and start thinking a lot.
I know. I don't like to see you like
I wasn't
that.
upset. I was
You
just
need
thinking.
to. You need to go find a girl and have an orgasm.
I mean, it wasn't like the first time we had that discussion at Virginia Beach, and you were like, "Frankie, I'm going to the bathroom before I punch you in the face."
And that was sober because we were like not really drinking, and I'm like, I have to walk away from this right now. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
We're in a restaurant, like just going at it. Like, it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back before I punch you in the face.
Well, guys, I'm glad we didn't lose Frankie during this discussion.
No, I'm fine.
Well, I will add in a bit of OnlyFans next week. Maybe some how we wipe our assholes.
Yay.
I mean, why not? If it were, and John Canifer and I will converse and we'll find out what else is trending. God only knows.
Maybe we'll talk a little bit of some tacos.
I think Jason's coming on next week, and I'm going to get another girl guest. I'm not sure who yet. And I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I want to remind you that if you need a side hustle, you can always be a shaker. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you right back here
Later,
next week.
guys.
Take good care, guys. Later.
Hit like and subscribe.
Goes the after show.